Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And hit that post notification so anytime I bring you this action, this heat, guess what? You'll be amongst the first to receive. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this evening's video, if you will. It's 11:06 p.m. Just now getting off of work. It was relatively slow tonight, so instead of me having to close, they let me go ahead and leave early. So, I left about an hour and a half early, and I decided to hop on YouTube, say hello to my favorite people, and share another story with you. Oftentimes people ask me, why do you need money in jail? After all, everything's paid for. You don't pay any bills in jail. They feed you. They clothe you. They, give you hygiene. They take care of all your essential needs, if you will. So why would you need money in jail, in prison? That's a deep question. That's a deep question because, and the reason that I say it's a deep question is for the simple fact that if you haven't been there, that is a question that one may ask. One may wonder, why do you need money in jail? I'm going to briefly explain to you all exactly why you need money in jail. So if you have relatives that's in jail or friends that's in jail and they call and write, email asking for money, I understand times are hard right now. I understand that. And no one owes anyone anything unless you owe. But at the same time, if you're in a position where you can help someone else out financially while they're in jail, it's definitely needed. Definitely needed. First of all, when you first go to jail, okay, I'm not even going to say forget the county jail. We're going to go to prison. Okay, you need money in the county jail as well. But let me explain to you about prison because the two are the same, but yet different. So they're the same, but they're not. It's an oxymoron. You feel me? So in prison, depending on where you're coming from, a lot of times once you get to prison, certain prisons take all of your belongings. So you may go to a certain prison and they say that you can't have a lot of these things. Now, typically that doesn't happen unless you're going to the assessment. Assessment is where you go to get processed, to get your, all your medical work done. They classify you. You sit there for however long it takes, may be there for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they send you off to wherever you're going to go. They're definitely taking all your belongings at that point. But after you make it through assessment, 9 times out of 10, if you actually go into a prison, they're not going to take your possessions when you get there. So when you do get to prison, they give you a state-issued uniforms that you're required to wear. They give you state-issued boots. Everything is Bob Barker. Bob Barker. That's the name of the company that produces all the all the clothes and soaps and things of that nature. So, they give you your uniforms, your boots. They give you maybe 3 pair of boxers, 3 pair of socks. And they'll give you some toilet paper. They're going to give you a blanket, a sheet. And what else do they give you? They give you some state soap. They may give you 4 bars of state soap. They're going to give you some cheap toothpaste, state toothpaste, state shaving cream, and a little bitty toothbrush about this big. And that's it. That's what they give you. So if you don't have any deodorant, you just don't have any deodorant. And so when you're in prison, you need money to be able to go to the commissary to buy your essential hygienes. You have to have deodorant. You have to have, a lot of times, now I've used the state soap before. Everything wasn't always rosy with me locked up. I've had to use the state soap a time or two. Toothpaste, that's not worth a quarter. So you gotta, you gotta buy you some toothpaste. You gotta buy you some shampoo. You just gotta be able to buy you just the essential, hygiene items, lotion, and it has to last you all month long. Now, the reason I say it has to last you all month long because you do get paid in prison, but it's a very small amount. A regular job in prison pays you about 25, 26 bucks a month. Now, if you're able to get on with certain crews, which is not easy and it usually takes a while, them guys may make $120 a month. But it's a whole lot of bootlicking going on. It's a whole lot of, and that's not to call all the guys bootlickers, but it's a whole lot of, stabbing people in the back to get that position. Because people want to make that $120 a month, $140 a month. Imagine that, but you won't work on the street for $15 an hour. But you're all fighting over, some people anyway, are fighting over a position that pays $120, $140 a month in prison. Make it make sense. But nevertheless, so you need, money to be able to buy your hygienes. The food is awful. Google prison tray. Now, I looked at some prison trays, and a lot of times what they do is they'll try to, make them look all fancy online, make them look like they're delicious. Man, them prison trays is straight crap. Straight crap. You will starve to death in prison. So you need money to go to the commissary. Everything that you can buy at the grocery store here, out in the free world, you can buy in prison. Everything. They have microwaves. Also, they have like the George Foreman grills. Now, I heard that they actually took the grills out, but last time I was incarcerated, they had like the George Foreman grills, and you could fry, your burgers, your onions, your peppers, your chicken tenders, your fried potatoes, anything you wanted to basically fry, you just throw it on the grill. And, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the grills at this point, but nevertheless, without the grills, inmates always going to figure out a way. Cook it in a microwave, fry it in a hot pot. Hot pot is just a pot that boils your water. Whatever you're cooking, you just secure it in a bag, like a potato chip bag. You wrap it up real tightly so no water is able to get into the bag, and you put it in the water and you let it boil, and it gets hot and it heats the food up, and it's delicious. So there's all type of ways to actually cook your food in prison. Now, you're sitting there dead broke. You're sitting there dead broke, especially when you get to the assessment, which is called the Rotary Farm here. So once you get to the Rotary Farm, you have absolutely nothing. I don't care if you have $30,000 on your books. When you walk in there, you're not going to have anything. They take everything from you. Only thing they allow you to take in is so many letters, some pictures, and you can take some stamped envelopes in with you. And a lot of times people will try to stockpile on a stamped envelope, so when they get there, they're able to, sell the stamped envelopes for items. Get their deodorant, get their soap, toothpaste, maybe some noodles, just to hold them over until they're actually able to go to the store. Because your store day, it's kind of crazy, because I recall the last time I was there, I got there on a Tuesday, and they had just went to the store. So which means I had to wait until the following Tuesday before I was able to go to the commissary. And then when the following Tuesday came, there was a problem with the kiosk, because you order all of your items on the kiosk machine. There was a problem with the kiosk, so when I put my order in, it didn't go through. So I had to wait another week. Another whole week. It's crazy. So that's just part of it when you get there. So like I said, it doesn't matter how much money you have. When you first come in, you're not going to have anything. Now, typically, you'll see somebody and, they look out for you, man. Hey, man, just, here's some Degree deodorant. Here's some soap. Some Irish Spring. Here's some, but that's just if you see somebody that that's going to look out for you like that. Everybody, don't get that sort of treatment when they go in. So you sitting there, stomach's growling. You ate. Last time you ate is at 4:30. You had to go in the chow hall and eat. It's at 4:30. You don't eat again until about 5:30 that morning. So it's 13 hours between meals. Not sure that they're legally supposed to go that long between meals, but it's prison. They do what they want to do. So you sitting there. It's about 8:30 at night. Everybody's cooking. You smell the aroma from just whatever's being cooked. You got some guys over here that's eating cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers. You got some guys over here eating Polish sausages with the chili on it. You got some guys over here frying the salmon. Yeah, you take the jack mackerel. You pat it out like salmon. Put your onions, peppers, your seasonings in it, whatever. They sell all the seasonings. And you take to get your batter. What you do is you take like some hot Cheetos or something like that. You crush them up real fine. Crush them up. Put it in a bowl. You put the mackerel, inside the bowl as though it was batter, flour, and you cook it. Delicious. All type of prison meals. You know what I'm saying? But you smell all of these things. People cooking popcorn, just anything you can imagine. You sitting there, your stomach's just growling. You trying to be cool, acting like, you're not paying anybody any attention. That food's looking good. It's smelling good. Everybody's breaking bread. It might be 3 or 4 dudes. They sitting at the table. They all eating together, fried potatoes. They done fried up some potatoes. You smell it, the potatoes and the onions, and you just like, oh my God, I cannot wait until I get my money. Somebody might come along and, hey, bro, you want a noodle or something? Somebody might offer you a noodle or, but you don't really ask nobody for nothing. So, you just got to kind of wait your turn until, you're able to go to the store. But just imagine if you don't have any money to go to the store, you just in there. You may be at the Rotary Farm for 3 or 4 months. Well, you don't get a job at the Rotary Farm. So you're not able to make that $25, $26 a month. You don't get that until you actually get to prison. You work a month and then you get paid. So all of this time you go with no money. You can't get on the phone. Phone calls cost. If it's a local call, at the time it was like $2.50 a local call, $2.25. But if you calling it's non-local, phone calls gonna be $5, $6, $7. And this was at the time. This was years ago. You want to write a letter, you need a stamp. You need a stamped envelope. You need paper. You need a pen. So these things in prison, you definitely need money. Now, some people choose to gamble. Some people choose to buy cigarettes. Some people choose to indulge in other things. And that's on them. But if you're in there and you just want to, just do your time and live somewhat comfortable, you need some money in prison. You got guys in there spending $150 a week, $125 a week at the commissary. That's the most that you could spend at a time. And then once you get to prison, a lot of times you can have your own TV. Well, they don't just give you TVs. Now, some prisons will rent you a TV for like $10, $15 a month. But it's a long waiting list to get that TV, and there's so much that goes with it. You'd rather just have your own TV. You can buy sweatsuits, gray sweatsuits. I think you can have up to 3 sweatsuits. You don't want to walk around in those state boots all the time. They'll kill your feet. So you want to buy you some tennis shoes. I think you can have 2 pair. Have MP3 players. You can buy your own fan. You can buy your own cooler to keep your meats in. Pause. You can buy a hot pot, as we mentioned, where you can, if you want to fix some coffee or heat up any sort of water, tea, anything of that nature, so you don't have to wait in those long lines at the microwave. You can buy those things. Toboggans. I think they give everybody 1 toboggan. Actually, I don't think they do. I think you have to buy your toboggan. It's vital for the wintertime. Long johns. Just anything that you can think of as far as clothing wise. They don't give you those things. So, yeah, prison's not supposed to be comfortable. I get it. It's not supposed to be comfortable. But these things actually help you tremendously as far as getting through and getting by. But when you're sitting there and you don't have anything, you're sitting around and you seeing everybody else with something, man, you get bitter. You get mad at the world. Now, the world didn't put you in there, but you still get bitter. You're mad at everybody. You can't pick up the phone and call anyone. No one comes to see you on visit. Also on visit, You can't have money yourself, but when your people come and visit you, they're allowed to bring quarters. They can bring as many quarters as they want because they have vending machines. So you can get, food out of the vending machines. Pizza, they got coffee, they got the cheeseburgers, anything that you can imagine, they have them in the vending machines. So your people, when they come to visit you or whatever, you're going to want to eat. That's part of being out there on visit. You see what I'm saying? So prison has all sort of ways to get your money. Here they call the particular prison I was at, they call it fresh faves. Every week you could purchase, they might have pizza. They might have rotisserie chickens. Oh man, that was delicious. Every week is something different that you can buy. That stuff costs money. So if you're in prison and you're getting, you're able to spend $125 a week, oh man, you living nice. Plus you're able to get on the phone whenever you want to. Call home, check on your kids, check on your family, get on the JPay machine. JPay machine is it's a machine in which you can get on it for up to 15 minutes and email and communicate with your people on the outside world. Every time you send them an email, it's 50 cents. Every time they send you one, it's 50 cents. Log off after 15 minutes. You have to wait like 15, 20 minutes before you're able to get back on so someone else can use it. So you got the JPay machines. There's all type of ways for the prisons to take your money. So if you have ways of getting money, whether you have your own money, people send it to you, or it's already on your books, you're going to spend some money in prison. Definitely need it. Food is god awful. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes they have special meals like on Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, maybe New Year's. They'll do like a special meal. It'll be pretty good. Real burgers, hot dogs, and potato salad, and, ice cream, cake. But that's very rare. That's very rare. Then, some days it's not so bad. They might have the chicken patties, or they might have pizza, or they might have the nacho salads, the baked potatoes. Those days you can deal with that. Fish. But a lot of days, man, and beans, rice, no meat. Oh, man, it gets liver. I hate liver. It gets very, very, very terrible. So it's best to already have something, stocked up in your locker. Me, I didn't spend no $100 a week. I didn't have it like that. But I was blessed enough to be able to spend, $40, $50 a week. I didn't eat like that every night. So what I would do is I would just, I would stack up. I would stock my food up. You see what I'm saying? So save for a rainy day. You never know. So, I was always good. But I ate out the chow hall just as well. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't one of them dudes that never had to go to the chow hall. But that's in a nutshell. It's pretty much why you need money in prison. Hopefully I was able to break everything down for you. Again, the people that's been there, they understand wholeheartedly what I'm saying. Wholeheartedly. The best thing is just stay out of prison. You don't even have to spend your money out here at the grocery store out here instead of at the commissary. Not to mention the prices. All the prices is outrageous. The markup in prison, it should be illegal at some of those prices, at all of the prices. But hey, you want to eat, you got to pay you got to pay the price, you got to pay the cost. You want to eat. See what I'm saying? Hopefully you all like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share, subscribe to the channel. That post notification. Anytime I bring you this action, this heat, you'll be amongst the first to receive it. I appreciate all you all's comments, support. We're gonna try to make this channel grow together, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm relatively new at the game, 6 months in, and we're gonna grow together, man. You know what I mean? Real Kens TV. Till next time.